Hello again, and welcome back to another daily technical analysis video. In this video, we were going to continue off on a new daily technical analysis on the Ethereum coin. Okay, now as you can see, we have risen since we've last discussed. We are clearly in this symmetrical triangle, and we've bounced off the bottom twice for even a double bottom kind of thing here. And as of right now, we are rising towards the top. Now I'm expecting to look for at least this triangle top to be hit, which is also in confluence with that HP, the hourly pivot, no, sorry, the daily pivot, so the DP, the 377 EMA and the 55 gold EMA. So this is a critical area you want to watch for any signs of resistance. I wonder if there's any retracement level here as well. I believe it's the golden pocket as well. So this is a very key level of resistance we want to be paying attention to see how the price action reacts to in the next coming days, to see whether we do continue our pattern back downwards, or we can look for a break to the upside. Now, based on how the pivots here, if we cover just a little bit more, we look at the pivots here, cover this as well. We see the pivots are still towards the downside. We are below the pivot here, so we are generally again still towards the downside. Momentum is slightly towards the downside as well, but one thing we do want to notice is that this RSI here, it has this pattern, but right now it could be closing out there. We still got an hour and 25 minutes left, but we want to see if there is that closing here, because this could be a leading indicator as to the breakout of this symmetrical triangle. So what it could actually mean is that we may see a break towards the upside. Okay, but we do want to tread carefully because we recently got that 55 cross the 377. EMAs are towards the downside. General direction of the price is towards the downside as well, right? So we want to play probabilities, likely to continue downwards, but we do want to see and watch whether this indicator actually plays out and we do see a breakup or not. If we do, then that's when we want to play a breakout and retest. Even then we could see a break above here and then a retest of the top of the triangle top that is also in confluence with obviously the EMA and the daily pivot. So we could see that break and retest before we go to the upside. That is if we break, but otherwise, as of right now, because we're in the trend, everything's generally towards the downside. We want to be looking for shorts here. We want to look for maybe even a ladder short position around there. And I would place my own stop loss below there, a level or above the, what is this called? The upper trend line. And typically what I do, what would be preferred for myself, is to wait for any closures above before exiting the position as opposed to placing the stop, because we could have that volatility kick in and just liquidate your position before coming straight back down. But this is what I would be doing, and it's not financial advice, but I'm looking for rejection here. And again, if it breaks above, then I'd be looking for the upside. Okay, now on the lower time frames, we see that on the day, well, obviously we do have that 377 in confluence with that top again. If we do pull out that daily level, so it's like around this region. Actually, if I pinpoint it, if I say the bottom's around here, the top's around there, you can see it's a slightly higher. So we could see daily areas around here, but then on the lower time frames, we could see like a quick peak above before coming back down. As of right now, we had that 1055 cross and a beautiful break retest of it, and we are still rising. So I entered a position that looks like this one, and we're aiming obviously towards the top target here. But I do want to consider this level of resistance because it's a daily level, which we just identified, and it is pretty critical to watch. Now our RSI is pretty bullish, and our stochastics as they're rising upwards and diverging. And the RSI is above the 50 EMA, which is, or the moving average, which is also a bullish signal. So in this play, the reason we entered is because we had an uptrend. That's one, the candles. Two is that we are rising momentum. The third reason would also be potentially that we are above the HP, so we could see those pushes towards the upside. Slightly light on the confluences, that's the reason upwards, but so far it is playing out like that. Okay, we broke out of this range that we were previously identified. Is there anything that we want to be paying attention to? We want to look, obviously, the golden pocket that we just shot, and this is the current play. So this is potentially, I'm going to play right as the triangle top short. Okay, so that's potentially the level. But as of right now, we are uptrending on the 4 hour. We got that cross. Momentum is still pretty positive. We could be seeing a continuation to the upside. Looking at this candle, seems pretty weak for the past 2 hours and 30 minutes. So, well, we can't say anything just because it looks like a big sell-off. We can't say anything because it hasn't closed, but potentially we could see a retracement back down before the continuation to the upside. Like right here, we got those big rises, but it eventually came back down and then slowly. So we could be seeing a steady rise in the price action for this impulse up within the triangle. And generally, that's what I'm looking for. In general, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, now we don't want to go to the hourly time frames because that's not necessary for this video. Anyways, we get the gist of where the trend is going. And that's it for this video. I hope you learned something from it. I hope you can put something to good use. And please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Enjoy. Cheers.